Vito Genovese, a name synonymous with the golden age of organized crime, was born on November 21, 1897 in Rosiglino, a small town in Naples, Italy. His early years were marked by poverty and limited opportunities. Seeking a better life, Genovese emigrated to the United States with his family in 1913, settling in Manhattan's Lower East Side, a bustling melting pot for immigrants. From a young age, Vito was drawn to the vibrant, albeit dangerous, street culture of Little Italy. He began his criminal career modestly, engaging in petty thefts and extortion. However, Genovese was quick to recognize that ambition and cunning could elevate him far beyond the small-time hustles of his peers. In the 1920s, Prohibition offered Genovese the chance to carve a name for himself. The illegal trade in alcohol created lucrative opportunities for organized crime. Genovese aligned himself with Charles "Lucky" Luciano, a rising star in the criminal underworld, and together they became key players in Joe Masseria's organization. Their work involved bootlegging, racketeering, and enforcement, often marked by violence. By 1931, Genovese had firmly established his reputation as a ruthless and effective operator. He played a key role in Luciano's scheme to reshape organized crime by orchestrating the murders of Joe Masseria and Salvatore Maranzano, two bosses who had long waged a bloody power struggle known as the Castellamarese War. With their deaths, Luciano and Genovese helped establish the Commission, a governing body for the Mafia, marking the dawn of a new era in organized crime. Luciano became the boss of what was later known as the Luciano family, with Genovese serving as his underboss. Together, they redefined the Mafia's operations, focusing on building alliances and expanding into legitimate businesses. Genovese's ascent was briefly interrupted in 1937 when he fled to Italy to avoid a murder charge in the United States. The accusation stemmed from the 1934 killing of Ferdinand Boccia, a small-time gambler whom Genovese reportedly eliminated to silence a dispute over profits. In Italy, Genovese ingratiated himself with the fascist regime of Benito Mussolini, using his wealth and influence to cultivate connections with powerful figures. He even orchestrated the assassination of an Italian-American journalist critical of Mussolini. During World War II, Genovese exploited the chaos of the conflict to expand his influence. Working as an interpreter for the U.S. Army in post-war Italy, he simultaneously built connections with the local black market and smuggled goods on a massive scale. However, his opportunism caught up with him in 1945, when he was arrested and extradited to the United States to face charges for Boccia's murder. In a surprising turn of events, the key witness in the case was poisoned before testifying, leading to Genovese's acquittal. Upon his return to the U.S., Genovese resumed his activities within the Mafia. By this time, Frank Costello had taken over as head of the Luciano family. Genovese, however, was not content to play second fiddle. Patiently, he began orchestrating a campaign to unseat Costello and seize control of the family. In 1957, Genovese made his move. Costello was shot and wounded in a botched assassination attempt, surviving only because of a combination of luck and Genovese's own caution in choosing not to finish the job. Shaken, Costello retired, ceding the leadership of the family to Genovese. Around this time, the organization was renamed the Genovese family, a testament to his newfound power. As boss, Genovese sought to expand the Mafia's influence. However, his ambition and paranoia alienated many within the organization. His involvement in the infamous 1957 Apalachin Meeting, a gathering of major mob figures, proved disastrous. Law enforcement raided the meeting, arresting many attendees and exposing the Mafia's intricate network to public scrutiny. Genovese's grip on power began to weaken after Apalachin. He faced mounting pressure from both law enforcement and rivals within the Mafia. In 1959, he was convicted of conspiracy to violate narcotics laws and sentenced to 15 years in prison. Some historians believe his imprisonment was orchestrated by his enemies, who provided evidence to ensure his downfall. Despite being incarcerated, Genovese continued to wield influence over the Mafia from behind bars. However, his health declined steadily, and he died of a heart attack on February 14, 1969, at the U.S. Medical Center for Federal Prisoners in Springfield, Missouri. Vito Genovese's life was a study in ambition, ruthlessness, and the seductive power of organized crime. He rose from the streets of Little Italy to become one of the most powerful mafia bosses in history, leaving an indelible mark on the world of organized crime. His legacy is one of violence and intrigue, a testament to the allure and peril of a life lived outside the law.